Hey, what's going on, everybody? And we're back with the Sharpshooting Podcast, special edition for Elimination Chamber, a pay-per-view that I don't think we were expecting, but hey, we got it, so let's get to it. Pete, say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Glad to be back. And yeah, another pay-per-view, only 2 weeks after the last. So WWE giving no breathing room. And I'm assuming there's not going to be much breathing room until Money in the Bank either.
Yeah, because we got 2 weeks until that as well, which is crazy. At least we get a full break for SummerSlam, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like they're compressing too much right now. And I think they're also kind of diminishing Money in the Bank as well, because I don't know, because there's really no real setup for Money in the Bank now. It's like you've heard Roman Reigns saying that he wants to be in it, but you haven't really heard of anyone else, and it's like there's no build up to Money in the Bank. So I feel like they just kind of destroyed that, which Money in the Bank to me is a really big pay per view. I don't know. How do you feel about Money in the Bank?
Uh, I feel big about the two. Obviously, the Money in the Bank match itself is huge. Getting the opportunity to face a champion at any given stage. I'm assuming this year they're only going to have the one Money in the Bank, which makes it that much bigger, especially with the caliber of superstars they can put in. For me, I'm looking forward to it, but like you said, it's not really going to be talked about much or stressed out enough by superstars until after this pay-per-view, and then they got 2 weeks to find the superstars that are going to be around, just laying around ready to go in.
Yeah, it's very awkward. Just like the lead into this one, um, how they had to spring, how we got it sprung on us at the last pay per view, and then they just started throwing stuff out there. Um, I don't know. I really don't know. I think they made a bad mistake where they could have used Money in the Bank to build up hype over the Intercontinental thing. Instead of doing an Elimination Chamber, why not just wait till Money in the Bank and have a Money in the Bank match or a ladder match for that? You know?
I, I think to be fair, Elimination Chamber for me personally, I find them a bit more entertaining than a ladder match. But yeah, I see what you're getting with, because in the long run, I guess you wouldn't have to squeeze a pay-per-view in, which this pay-per-view should have been where Fastlane was, and we shouldn't even be in this situation. But
Yeah, exactly.
WWE in their planning, let's just get through this one, squeeze on over to Money in the Bank, and then just get our break for SummerSlam, because these 2 week build-ups are just, you could tell by the match card, they get some things right, but a lot of things are poor with no build behind them.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So let's just go ahead and start with the first match for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, like we always do with these prediction videos, we create our order of matches, how we think they should go in terms of probably the least interesting to the most, and we roll it that way. But we'll start off with the first match, which I think everyone can agree, Neville versus Bo Dallas, a match that probably should have been, if the Elimination Chamber has a kickoff show, this is probably the match that should be on it, because this match itself, it does not. Bo Dallas should never be at pay-per-view. Like, not right now either. Like, I don't think they need it. Neville shouldn't be in this match. He should be in the chamber.
Yeah, I agree. He should be in the chamber. To play devil's advocate on Bo Dallas, eventually they had to make a move with him because, let's be honest, since he's come from NXT, he really hasn't done anything. And if they want to build something behind him, they're going to have to get him in meaningful matches instead of just being that guy that shows up to give the lame speech about Bo leaving. So like there's no reason for us to care about Bo Dallas, and maybe this is their way of trying to make us care by showing like, hey, he actually can wrestle. Um, you know, because as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't really get that many opportunities to wrestle for people to be convinced that he belongs on the main roster. You know?
Yeah, I think the thing about Bo Dallas is, though, he's like you said, he just appears every now and then. And with this match in particular, the only thing they're really going off is the fact that Bo Dallas lost his NXT championship to Adrian Neville. And that's when Adrian Neville went on the longest run as the NXT champion. So, in that regard, it's kind of like, okay, you need to get Bo Dallas in. But honestly, I feel like there's just Neville is in too high of a spot right now for the WWE creative team to even dream or think or dare to even get Bo Dallas over here. Neville will win, has to win, and it only makes sense that he wins, to be honest.
Yeah. The one thing about Neville though is that he can eat losses, so it wouldn't surprise me if he lost to Bo Dallas, but in spectacular fashion. Like, I can't think of a match that he's lost since he's been up that wasn't impressive. He has some of the most impressive losses since he's been brought up to the main roster. So
But
I think
do
he's
you
gonna
think?
win. I just wouldn't be surprised if WWE just decided to give Bo Dallas a go over moment. 'Cause he,
In a, in in a sense, though, I kind of feel like getting Bo Dallas over. What does it do for Bo in the long run? Because we wouldn't know what direction he's heading, and I don't know what it'd do for Neville either. It kind of just, this match. That's why it has no appeal, because Neville was more than likely going to win. More than likely. And I don't feel like it's going to do anything for either of the superstars.
yeah, it's just. I mean, the best I could say is you have two young, athletic wrestlers who can put on a pretty good show. So,
Yeah.
if anything, we should get a good match out of this, even if it all amounts to um, just filler. I mean, which I guess is okay, but does this need to be on this pay per view card? That's why I really do think it's going to be a what's his name, a uh, kickoff show match. To be quite honest, I mean, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
So we're both going to go with Neville in this match. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
feel Neville's going to win.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the second match in our opinions, obviously it's going to be the Divas match due to, like you said before we went on, the limited amount of time they get, which really hinders a lot of their matches. Like I keep talking about NXT, when we talk about the women's division, that Fatal 4-Way when they had it for the women's championship, the NXT Women's Championship, not the Divas, the women's. That match actually went for a while. They gave them time to do their stuff. But the WWE seemed to like doing Divas matches in like 5 minutes. I don't know why that is. I have no idea, but I'm hoping this one you get a bit of length out of, because you have Naomi, Paige, and Nikki, and I think having them three alone, it could work out well, especially with Naomi in there and Paige. But I'm actually looking forward to this match. Like I said when we did our Raw review, not it would have been 2 weeks ago now, but I said that this was the only match that really made sense for Elimination Chamber, having Paige return. And yeah, this match actually it's caught my attention, but the match itself actually feels like it's almost destined. This is the match that Nikki loses the belt.
Yeah, it's a legitimate match. Paige and Naomi definitely raised the level of it. Yeah, I think Nikki is going to lose the belt. Um, the question is,
Maybe she loses without getting pinned. That's a way I can see it happening. Like one of them pick up the pin on the other.
well, yeah, I don't think she's gonna come into the equation either. I think what they're trying to set up is a little rivalry between Paige and Naomi. which would be a good rivalry because you have good quality female wrestlers, so you can get some really good matches out of that for Money in the Bank and SummerSlam right there. It works. It definitely does work. That being said, who do you think is going to win? Because that's my biggest thing. I don't really
Yeah,
know who's going to get it.
this match for me is really just for me. It can go either way. Like I can even, in a sense, I can even see Nikki winning. But I really feel like now it's now or never. Like I'm predicting Naomi wins because right now it's now or it's going to be a whole lot longer until you see Naomi win it. Naomi has basically been right at the midst of taking the title, and she's had the heel turn. She's ready to take the belt. I think it only makes sense right now for Naomi. You can still have Paige take it. You could Nikki retaining. I think Nikki's had a long enough run. It's now time to do something with it. But literally, I think Naomi is in the prime spot for this match to win.
Yeah, I think it will work out better if she won it and you have Paige chasing the prize. Because I feel like somehow Tamina's going to come into play anyway, so somebody's going to get robbed of an opportunity. Maybe Nikki will get pinned because Tamina will interfere and take Paige out of the equation, and then Naomi catches Nikki and gets the win. For God's sakes, WWE, don't let her win with the fucking rear view, please. I beg you, please. Figure out a legitimate move for her. I don't. Yeah, nah. But yeah, I do think Naomi's gonna end up getting the belt, and it's funny because the thing with WWE, and this is gonna be a major problem, is that when are the Usos due back?
I would assume what they went out at WrestleMania and it was 8 months. I think Jimmy's going to be out for.
Okay, so then they could do at least a couple of pay-per-views with her as a heel champion, and then maybe SummerSlam is when Paige gets the belt again.
I think it would be more like I think in order for her to go back from a heel to a face, you would need Tamina to turn on. Tamina to say like for her character to be like, I've had enough of always being in your shadow, because that's the thing. Naomi, the heel turn's actually working because in a sense she's gone away from that real funkadactyl look,
Yeah,
that whole like cheerleader look, and now she's taken a lot more seriously, in my opinion. Having Tamina with her, it allows her to really use Tamina as a distraction, because obviously Tamina, the main thing, basically, unfortunately, she's not in matches, but she's basically used as like almost like a cheat move. It's just someone that can distract the wrestler while you pick up your finisher or you win the title, all that good stuff. I feel like right now the best thing for this match is to have Naomi to win, because you wouldn't, in a sense, it would show almost some weakness in the card if Paige was to return and win, because for me, Paige was the champion, lost it. She came from NXT, won the title straight away on Raw, which was odd because AJ had that dominant reign, and then just loses it out of nowhere.
yeah.
And now for something like this, where Naomi's been ever since, it was like a pay-per-view or two pay-per-views ago that Paige left to go do her movie. They've built up Naomi well in the prime position to get that belt. Her character really needs it. Naomi hasn't won a belt, and I feel like it's right now is the best time to get it on her. She's at probably the top of her game as a heel, and the belt would just catapult her even higher up.
Yeah, I think they could do a lot more with her as a heel because like you said, she has Tamina. so she can take people out. Her opponents. If she
Yeah,
needs to cheat, she has that like X factor right there that could obliterate somebody, and then she finishes them off. You could build a lot of heat on her, and of course, people love Paige, having somebody that they love. Now that they don't have AJ anymore to love, Paige is the obvious replacement for AJ
yeah.
Lee right now. So
I think also a good thing to note is that having Naomi in the card as the title holder, it can actually bring Natalya out of that, like, what, she's like a cheerleader? You could have the whole, when the Usos return, sort of, you could have the whole, like, Natalya versus Naomi, but have the belt up there. It would bring Charlotte up as well. Charlotte should be up before then, hopefully. I hope it does. Charlotte, for me, should be up by SummerSlam.
yeah, I agree. She needs to be up. I wish they could bring Sasha up. God damn it! You could bring
But
Sasha up. That would be so awesome.
I do feel like right now this match is obviously entertaining. I feel like Nikki's improved a lot since she won the belt.
Yeah,
Definitely, like
she's still
she's
got some ways to go, but she's gotten better.
yeah. So and having Nikki drop the belt, it can put Brie in the picture. So Bree's not always a 2-move wonder. She does like 2 moves and then she gets what? She gets decapitated.
Basically, yeah.
It gives her a bit more flexibility on the card.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So I guess we're both going with Naomi for this one then.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we'll move on to match 3 in our opinions, of course. The tag team elimination chamber, which involves Cesaro and Kid, the New Day, the Los Matadores, the Ascension, the Lucha Dragons, and the Primetime Players. And I know you said before we went on that this would probably be the most entertaining of all the matches.
Yeah, because that's a lot of people involved in this thing. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be a complete. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of fun things done in that chamber. Looking at the tag teams, they kind of got a pretty good mix of extremely athletic mixed in with brawlers, power type things. So you'll see like some devastating power moves from Cesaro, or the Ascension will have some like powerful double team moves. Titus O'Neil will do something like strong. You got the crazy, luchadors with Los Matadores and the Lucha Dragons. Tyson Kidd's very athletic too. Um, Kofi Kingston. I can't imagine him going this entire match without doing something crazy off of one of those chambers.
Well, who do you think they select? Do you reckon it's going to be Big E and
Yeah,
Kofi?
I think it's gonna still be Big E and Kofi. And somehow I just have a feeling Xavier Woods is gonna find his way in that thing somehow.
Yeah.
But
So this match, like, I can definitely see where you're coming from, but it's hard. It's very hard to choose who's going to win for me. Like, it really boils down to who's not going to win, because you can sort of knock off tag teams from the start. The Ascension will not win the belt.
yeah,
The Los Matadores will not win the belt.
nope,
For me, the Lucha Dragons will not win the belt.
nope.
Not here. And then you really, to be honest, the primetime players, it's not that they can't, they more than likely won't.
No, they won't be in the mix.
And then it comes down to the New Day versus Cesaro and Kid, which it seems to always be. And I honestly, I see the New Day retaining again.
Yeah, I felt since they announced this that the New Day is going to figure out a way. That's why I said I think Xavier Woods is going to find a way to get into that pod. Just to find a way, because he is going to play a part in it. I personally don't think the New Day are dropping the belts until maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's so true.
yeah, so or they could drop them, huh? Maybe at Money in the Bank they might drop them and
Well,
then get it back at SummerSlam. I don't know, but all I know is they're not leave. I don't think they're leaving the Elimination Chamber without their belts.
yeah, I think they'll find a way to win. To be fair, with this New Day gimmick, it should never in a million years have lasted as long as it has right now. Like, that gimmick was so bad at the start, but the heel, like, the slight heel turn they've done, having them go heel, just took them to new heights. And right now, them coming out of this is a match where a lot of people, where you're expected to see them drop the belts, and for them to retain and have that whole positive attitude and stuff. I don't know if they'll win clean per se.
Oh no, that's exactly why I said Xavier Woods is going to be in the mix because he's going to do something to help them win. Whoever's the third man on the outside for the New Day, they're going to do something to help them get over, and it's not
Yeah,
going to be clean.
yeah, that's the thing. So, all in all, I think I'm going with the New Day retaining the belts.
Yeah, I definitely do think the New Day are going to dance their way out of there and get on our nerves some more.
But yeah, moving right along to the other Elimination Chamber match, which, to be honest, it's a bit weak. Just in the fact that some superstars got in that we shouldn't. Note at we made a little list at the last during the last pay-per-view review, and we had Neville in there, and he's not in there. We had Stardust in there, but he didn't make it either because Stardust has reached the lowest of the lows. But need to go back to Cody. But talking the Intercontinental Elimination Chamber, the superstars within it right now are R-Truth. God knows how he got in. Sheamus, King Barrett, Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, and Rusev. Putting R-Truth in is just like, it shows that WWE had no clue who to put in. Like, R-Truth should never be pushing a belt. Never. Never, never, never.
And you know what's funny is that leading into the pay per view, he's going in clean because he got a clean win on SmackDown. Who was it against? Was it Barrett? I think it was Barrett. He went over clean. He actually beat him. He didn't roll up nothing. He hit him with the lie detector and he won. It's like, wow, y'all are giving R-Truth momentum, like real momentum, leading into a pay per view match. Interesting. And correct me if I'm wrong, but he's been in every pay per view with the exception of which I guess was he in Extreme Rules? He wasn't in Extreme Rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Extreme Rules and Fastlane, but he's been in pretty much your bigger pay per views because he was in
But
the Royal Rumble, he was WrestleMania, which blows my mind, and now he's in Elimination Chamber.
I just wanted to say there's I was reading something earlier that Rusev may not be able to compete at Elimination Chamber.
Well, on SmackDown, he kind of looked like he hurt himself.
Yeah, a lower leg injury.
Yeah,
Um, but
but it didn't look that
but
bad because he finished the match out. So I'm curious.
if he doesn't fight, which would be a kind of hindrance because I'd love to see him in the chamber, to be honest. He's one of the superstars that I prefer. If you want to knock out anyone, knock out R-Truth. But literally, think about it. They could fill that spot with, say, a Bray Wyatt. Even, you know what, even a Randy Orton in this would be good because having Randy Orton potentially win the Intercontinental Championship would be massive for the belt.
Uh, yeah, but I don't think WWE wants him at that level. I think he's at the point now where he's going to contend for the big title.
What about Bray Wyatt?
I could see Bray Wyatt there, but I don't think Rusev's going to miss this match because I honestly believe that we were talking about this before the match, saying how you were saying how you think that Ziggler was going to kind of go over in this, but while I've been sitting here, I've been thinking, honestly believe that they're going to give Rusev that belt.
Yeah, it definitely does make sense having him win, like basically lost the United States. It makes sense for him to pick up another major belt and just basically go back into dominance.
Yeah, I feel
But
like they're going to have him get the belt and have a good run with it. Probably a very long run, to be quite honest.
for me, you got Rusev definitely has some logic behind it. Yeah, Ziggler's kind of the wild card for me in terms of he can win it. And if they do choose for him to win it, he's going to win it how I'm predicting it is Lana somehow gets involved and distracts Rusev, and then Ziggler does whatever to win the match. Another one I think could win it, and I heard a lot. This was going back, 2 months ago, a month ago, roughly. Sheamus was actually, there was a lot of talk about having Sheamus win the belt, and literally since Sheamus has been back, he's pretty much been pretty dominant.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's been winning matches left, right, and center, and I don't know, like the fact that they took Neville out of this match, who I thought was the perfect fit, I feel like they're gonna get. So, for me, it's either Rusev, Ziggler, or Sheamus. I can't see Ryback winning this belt. I definitely can't see R-Truth, and King Barrett is just in there because shit.
yeah.
Right.
And see, that's where the Neville thing would have made so much sense.
Yeah.
It made so much sense. Because you would have had at least 2, like, really major stories. 3 if you count Sheamus, Ziggler. And it's funny because having Sheamus and Rusev in at the same time against Ziggler kind of would build the attention towards Ziggler, but
putting Neville in would have Neville and King Barrett. You'd have Ziggler and Rusev, Ziggler and Sheamus. And then you'd have Ryback and Sheamus. Because Ryback came on Raw, 2 weeks ago and said that he's sick of Sheamus bullying everyone on the card.
Yeah.
So at least it put story behind it. But, like, this match kind of hurts just simply because I know the truth behind it is that obviously we all know Bryan had to relinquish the belt, which was not what we wanted. But my prediction for this match, honestly, is I think I'm going to go with Sheamus. I just have some feeling, like, after hearing it for so long and now Sheamus is in the match, I feel like just his dominance is just going to roll over. I feel like he's just going to win.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to stick with Rusev. I honestly feel like this is going to be a swerve where Lana is going to appear to want to go against him and then help him. For some reason, I just feel like she's going to pull that.
That could work. Like, again, see, I have, in honors, it'd be like Sheamus pins Ryback. You'd have, it's either Dolph Ziggler's going to pin Rusev or Rusev's going to pin Dolph Ziggler or make Ziggler submit. It's one or the other in terms of that. But the other two, you don't really have to fret. Like, R-Truth may pick up a pin, probably on Bad News Barrett, if anything.
The fact that he's in here, and we get to hear that song.
WWE. But, yeah, the Intercontinental Championship, you're going with Rusev, I'm going with Sheamus.
Yeah.
Let's move right along. And this match, I personally would have put as my most anticipated match, but we have to keep into consideration that the match after is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, and that match should really rule all. But Authority getting involved in those matches just really hinders the thoughts I have on that match and the belt itself. It just doesn't feel so good. But John Cena versus Kevin Owens, which Kevin Owens has built this match, like, just he's He's like such a hot property right now in the WWE and NXT. Just whatever he's doing is just working. He's sprinkling magic everywhere.
Yeah,
Arguably the best heel.
yeah, I agree. The thing that makes him like the best is that you know how we say we love how Bray buys into his character and things like that. How Dean he buys into his character. Kevin Owens, the thing about his character is it's natural. He's just an asshole who doesn't care that you think he's an asshole. Because as far as he's concerned, he's just doing what he needs to do. And he's very, very, when he speaks, he comes off extremely genuine. Like, you really feel like this guy has pure disdain for John Cena. Like, if we were in a world where we didn't know that wrestling was scripted, we would really, really, like, think that these two dudes had a problem, or at least that Kevin Owens had a serious problem with John Cena. The way he attacks being a heel really, really well.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, having you had Kevin Owens just destroy, like, flat layout Cena, step on the belt, and just basically set himself up. It just makes for such an interesting match. And on SmackDown, I'm reading here that he said, this is Kevin Owens speaking about John Cena. He said he's got 15 world championships, 57 shirt varieties, and 1,000 ways to suck.
Right. It was so great. It was so...
But the thing is, right now for this match, it's very hard to predict because WWE always have a sense of John Cena going over whoever's the newcomer. But this position is kind of like, it makes more sense, in my opinion, to have Kevin Owens win. Now, I don't know if he'll flatten it out. Like, here, when I was looking up the matches before in this prediction thing, there was... The prediction for them was Kevin Owens wins via knockout. And I don't think... I don't know, that's very up in the air. I don't think he'll... It would be pretty insane if he just flattened Cena.
He's not going to win. That's the sad part.
You think Cena?
Cena's winning. Yeah, Cena's winning. I like the fact that they're building up this whole dominance of Kevin Owens over him. And I feel like Kevin Owens is going to have a really great match where he's going to brutalize Cena. He's going to do some great things, but Super Cena will come out.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm in the same boat. I really feel like knowing WWE the way we do, you can almost lock in that Cena's going to win. But I just want to ask the question: if Kevin Owens was to win via knockout, like he has been doing against Sami Zayn and people on NXT, how big would that be? Like, because it wouldn't hurt Cena. It would hurt Cena, to be honest, just because he's got the belt now.
Oh, it would be great, but see, it would be good, but it wouldn't be as great as it should be. Here's the problem: Cena wins. Okay, same thing. Cena shows he's still the man. We all expect that, you know. Okay, all right, WWE, y'all still doing the same bullshit. Cena loses. Okay, Cena loses, but it's a non-title match. So what's the gravity of it other than Cena loses?
I think to be fair,
go ahead.
What if it catapults, like having a win like that on John Cena, someone 15-time champion? It could catapult. It could have Kevin Owens have the NXT Championship, but appear on Raw and push to a higher card.
Well, the rumor, not rumor, it's actually been confirmed. More reason why we know too much about wrestling. He's apparently signed a new contract where he's about to make that move and just permanently appear on Raw. So, and he's gonna permanently appear on Raw, but continue to be on NXT for a couple of months while he does the Raw thing. And see, this is where I'm scared that they're going with it. is that yes, they're going to let him beat Cena. Then you're gonna be like, oh wow, he beat Cena. So Cena's gonna up the ante and be like, nope, I'm gonna come back and get you. Now they might do either another non-title match where Kevin Owens goes over again, but eventually they're gonna they're gonna have him go for Cena's title. And what I think is gonna happen, and I guess why I should be happy that this is a non-title match, is because it would have been really cool if this was for the U.S. title and Kevin Owens beat him. Then you'll have another dual champion. He's the NXT champ and he's the U.S. champ. And he's on.
Well,
Monday Night Raw.
he would be the first NXT championship to. Oh no. Actually,
Well, he'd be the first
Paige,
male because Paige did it first.
Yeah, Paige did it with the women NXT Women's Championship and
And the
Divas Championship. But she didn't hold. How long did she hold the NXT Women's Championship after? It wouldn't have been long.
Yeah, I think it was like a month at most.
Yeah, because they would have at that point, once she won the main belt, they would have been like, you hold it here for a little bit, and then you're losing it, and you're going up to the main card. Yeah, and I think having Kevin Owens win the US title and be the same boat, he'd hold the NXT championship for a while, lose on NXT, but you know what? And I think this could work. I can't see him doing it because he says that whole stuff about a better life for his family, but he wins this match. Maybe dominates Cena. He wins it, just completely dominates. If he was to potentially become a dual champion, having the NXT main belt and the United States, Kevin Owens, in a sense, I don't know who he could lose to on NXT. The only thing I can think of. Oh yeah, true. Okay. Yeah, probably. But yeah, this match for me is probably my most anticipated, like the one I'm looking forward to the most. Just interesting, just. This match, even Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe, because they had some heat at the NXT pay-per-view that is unparalleled. But yeah, for this match, I think I'll play it. So I'm probably going to go with John Cena to win this.
Yeah, I'm picking Cena too. I mean, I just feel like if Kevin wins, they're not going to do what I want to do with it and build it to where he gets that U.S. title off Cena. It would be nice if they had the guy for that, but I don't think they're ready for that yet. So yeah, I'm going with Super Cena for the win.
Yeah. All right. So moving to the main event, and this pay-per-view was actually a pretty short one, to be honest. Like not a lot of matches, and like you said at the start, I think they're really banking on the 2 Elimination Chamber matches to run the gauntlet, get a fair bit of time out of them. But regardless of that, the main event being for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, you have Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, which on card actually isn't a bad match, but the thing that really, like I say, it takes me away from the fact that this is the championship match, is the Authority are 100% going to get involved. Like 110%.
Yep. It's just that's the way
it just. Now, in the current situation, Ambrose is probably the biggest superstar, the most popular superstar currently, in my eyes.
You think so? Really?
Like, crowds, I think so. Dean Ambrose is, like, really over with the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously you have Bryan. Bryan's the only other one that really competes, but Bryan obviously being out. Right now, Ambrose is probably the biggest.
Yeah,
but, I don't know. The thing that really annoys me is that whenever Dean Ambrose gets close to a belt, he loses.
Yeah, and I don't see him doing anything at this. If this were Money in the Bank,
it was. I think you know what? To be honest, okay, so he got close to the Intercontinental belt, didn't win, even though he was we pretty much expected him to win. He didn't win. Then he came out. He lost to Cena for the US. Then he had the Fatal 4-Way. He didn't win that. Now he's got a 1-on-1. He's probably not going to win. To be honest, Dean Ambrose's best bet is the Money in the Bank. Winning that Money in the Bank and getting the belt that way. I think having Dean Ambrose lose this match actually does a lot for Money in the Bank, because then you can have Reigns and Dean Ambrose in the Money in the Bank, and then they've been showing friendship for a lot, and the Shield combined and all that.
Yeah.
But with that Money in the Bank on the line, there's no more friendship. It's like in the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah. Yeah, with the nature of this whole setup, I just feel like he was just put in a position to put on a really good match. But ultimately, I don't think he has a real opportunity, especially like you said, the authority thing. I mean, we were shown Monday night how big the authority thing is right now. It's too fucking impactful, way too impactful, and I just don't see Dean Ambrose as the one to get over on the authority right now.
Yeah, I think it's safe to note as well, Dean Ambrose being such a face, there's not many heels he can really work with if he was to win. And I think that hinders it. The reason I think Seth Rollins can't lose is simply because I feel we can all lock it in. At SummerSlam, it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I think so.
It was an unresolved issue. It's almost, you could almost lock it in right now.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree to that.
I think it'd just be unsat. Dean Ambrose shouldn't win now.
No. He should be another.
That's the only reason.
I honestly think that take Ryback out, put Dean.
Right, go ahead.
I think take Ryback out, put Dean in the Elimination Chamber. You know, he needs to get a belt.
Dean just needs to patiently wait. That's the truth. I mean, Seth Rollins still has a handful of good matches that he could potentially have. You have the SummerSlam match against Brock Lesnar. You still have a massive match that he'll probably have with Roman Reigns at some point that you'd expect, having him versus Roman Reigns 1-on-1, which would be massive simply because Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns to win the belt when he cashed it in the triple threat. But yeah, I just feel like there's no real benefit of taking the belt of Seth Rollins now.
Yeah.
This isn't the place. When Seth Rollins drops the belt, it's going to be SummerSlam or WrestleMania. I can't see him losing it like a little side pay-per-view.
No. Yeah, it has to be SummerSlam. It can't be just this. Especially not at a thrown together pay-per-view.
I could honestly see Seth Rollins holding the belt to Mania. Like, in a sense, think about it. If he versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and one way or another he wins, whether it'd probably be dirty, knowing Seth Rollins.
He's not going to be.
Say Seth Rollins was to pick up a pin. If he was to pick up a pinfall on Brock Lesnar, that'd be monstrous.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
But yeah, I think right now Seth Rollins is too much of an exciting property to like he has there's too many things set up for him to lose now. I'm going with Seth Rollins. I just hope the Authority don't play too big of a part in this championship match like they have done in the past.
Yeah, no, there are. There's going to be some shenanigans. Dean's not losing clean.
Yeah.
Dean's going to come in and try to chokeslam him. Of course, J&J are going to get involved. And then they're going to have Seth do the pedigree. God damn.
That is so, like we've said for the longest that's a bit odd. But I think he's permanently going to roll with that, I think. They'll have him just continue with it.
No, they have to have him develop something else. I can't no, because it just makes the authority thing
Like
even
just in a
more
sense,
invisible.
but I mean, it'd be a nice twist if he was to pedigree Triple H.
No, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But yeah, overall, the card itself for Elimination Chamber, obviously, it's a bit weaker simply due to the fact that we have to understand that they're working in 2 week time slots because WWE don't know how to plan their pay-per-views at a reasonable distance to get a bit of backbone behind some of these feuds.
Yeah,
But Money in the Bank should basically clear things up. I think after Money in the Bank, having the break to SummerSlam will be a nice change of pace in terms of matches. So quickly just recapping on the matches because, like I said, there's only there's
six.
six matches at the pay-per-view. Two of which are in the Elimination Chamber, which again will probably run the gauntlet. But recapping, Neville versus Bo Dallas. I think we both agreed Neville would win.
Yep.
But it wouldn't surprise us with the way WWE book if Bo Dallas picked up some stupid win. But I'm almost locking in Neville 100%. Triple threat wise, I think we both agreed Naomi would win.
Yeah.
And then you got the tag team elimination chamber. We both agreed the New Day would win. Wouldn't be clean, but they'd get the job done. And then Intercontinental, this was our first difference. I went Sheamus, you went Rusev. Cena and Kevin Owens, we both went Cena. And then the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, we both went Rollins. So I'm actually, besides the obvious, the only matches that really stand out, there's like three of them for me. I can't wait to see them, and definitely with the pay-per-view, as you know, this time will be 100% live, like 100% because I'll watch it live. I'll wake up earlier to get that live watch, so we can go on right after. But is there anything you want to touch on before we wrap it up and get ready?
No, that's pretty much it. I think for this. Just have to look forward to what they're gonna do, and then go on to what I think is more important. Money in the Bank. I think that'll be the more important pay per view to come up. So
Yeah, I think it's good to note as well, in my opinion, I think once WWE gets to that Money in the Bank / SummerSlam section of the bigger matches, obviously will be a lot. I'll be more invested into the WWE. It was the same when we were around that WrestleMania time. It was just so like obviously it was, to be fair, Fastlane was pretty weak, but WrestleMania, the build to it, and then watching it, there's excitement, and I get the same excitement out of watching SummerSlam because SummerSlam being the mid-year card, the massive main event, just it works well. But with that said, yeah, that's about it from us in terms of predictions.
yep. So I guess that's gonna wrap it up for us guys. Thank you for watching. We always appreciate your support. Like Pete said, after the pay per view, we're gonna go live with Flying Modem. So be sure to hang around, check that out. Hopefully, we'll get a good pay per view out of this. But go ahead and say farewell to the people, Pete.
Yeah, good night, guys. Thanks for watching, and let us know in the comments your predictions. Let us know who you think is going to win, and yeah, like we've been saying, we will be live after the podcast. So if you want to come and chat it up and hear our reactions to how the matches played out, yeah, definitely come through.
Yeah, definitely leave your predictions in the comment section. And we will see you guys Sunday. All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're out of here. Peace.